Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we are watching the Most Haunted series. We are currently doing a reaction to the first series of Most Haunted. My name is Original Stephen and I am a horror streamer from Scotland, currently playing the Resident Evil series over on Twitch. And I'm the occasional Dead by Daylight stream at the moment. Boom! Nice to see you back, or lovely to see you for the first time. This week we are on episode 4 of the first series of Most Haunted, and it promises to be an extra special week because we've got the extended version of the episode. Normally we come out of this and say, oh, it was so quick, I feel like, you know, they could have done more, or I'd like to see more of. But this week we have Most Haunted Unseen, and I would like to say a big thank you to Jordan X Brooks on YouTube, who left a comment letting me know that these were on YouTube to view. So if you want to watch the extended versions of the episodes as well, then you can find them there. I'm looking forward to it. I know they probably wouldn't cut the good bits out for the TV episode, but I think sometimes we feel we would like a little bit more of history, or maybe a little bit longer on a certain situation, rather than like just in, just out, you know, it's like here, there, everywhere. And then we're suddenly at the end of the episode. So I'm looking forward to this one, as if I don't look forward to them all. Looking forward to spending more time on this one. Last week we saw the Most Haunted crew at the Avesbury Stones. Yes, Avesbury Stones. I'm laughing because we saw them at the Avesbury Stones, where I made the horrible miscalculation that the stones were put in place 4,000 years ago, which meant they were put in the 1600s. Now, I didn't know this until my friend pointed out that I had made this, but as we know, 4,000 years ago was very much longer than the 1600s, so I do apologise for that oversight, but it did give us something to laugh at, I suppose. Actually, you know, I didn't know, and then I was talking to my friend who pointed it out. I mentioned it on stream, and several people were like, yeah, I was going to ask about that, I had to check that that's what you said. So, okay. My bad. So, yeah, my bad. This week we're at the Theatre Royal in Drury Lane in London, which I'm sure is going to be good for activity. I think anything theatrical, you know, where there's a lot of emotion involved, a lot of passion involved, can only make for some good residual energy. But we will see for ourselves. So without further ado, let's get into the episode.
You disappeared.
Derek, come forward.
The most haunted theatre in the world, lost and alone at Drury Lane.
This is feeling very weird.
Interesting, the Most Haunted? Or did she just say that? Unseen.
Hello and welcome to Most Haunted. Now,
Hi
according
there.
to theatrical folklore, it's incredibly lucky
Fresh
to
at the
have
Matrix.
a resident ghost in a theatre, which must make this week's location one of the luckiest theatres in the world because it has at least 5 ghosts. We're in London at the Theatre Royal Drury Lane, and we're going to be spending 24 hours hoping that the resident ghosts are going to put on one big performance.
One hell of a show.
There's been a theatre on this site since 1661, and the present building dates from 1812, which makes it the oldest theatre
think I've
in
been
London.
there.
It's reputedly the most haunted theatre in the world, and Drury Lane is now almost as famous for its ghosts as for its long-running musicals.
I think I saw Heather's there.
Now, Jason, this is supposed to be the
it's-
most haunted theatre in the world. Is that
That's
true?
Pal Jason.
Allegedly, yeah.
Right. What sort of ghosts are here?
We've got an interesting mixture of different hauntings supposed to be in this building. The main one is probably London's most famous ghost, and that's the Man in Grey, who's supposed to be an actor from the 1700s. One of the strange things about the Man in
was a
Grey
grey
ghost
person,
is that
isn't there?
70 people saw him at the same time. Now, this took place during a photo session on stage. The actors were staring into the darkness and saw a movement here where we're seated, and 70 people watched the Man in Grey walk.
Sorry, I know I was jumping in early, but I like the way he said 70 people. 17 of them. As if it's like a bad thing to say.
Across this very area.
Now, because of its reputation, a lot of people actually come and try to find ghosts here, don't they?
Yeah, we are actually following the footsteps of the greats, and that is James Wentworth Day, who's a very famous ghost writer, and also Harry Price, who came here. They both held an investigation actually in the upper circle where we're sat here. And James Wentworth Day believes that he actually saw the man in grey, but not as a figure, as most people have reported it, more as a sort of blue haze that moved across the area and into the wall.
What do you think might happen to us tonight?
Theatres are eerie places when there's nobody in them. We're used to them being full of people and quite noisy places with music and laughter. When we're here this evening, it's going to be dead silent. There's no windows outside, so it's very much sort of like being in a shell. So it's going to be a very peculiar kind of environment for us to investigate. I think that will put us on edge. We may see something, we may not, but we've got to remember noises in here are going to be massively echoed because of the shape of the building. So any small, tiny, probably insignificant sound will be blown into probably an unnatural proportion, and we need to keep off.
That's a good point. I think theatres have that kind of creepy aspect when they're closed, kind of like, you know, like hospitals and things where they're supposed to be busy and active and full, that when they're not, it just triggers your like fight or flight.
As usual, joining Jason and myself with a fearless crew, constantly working to try to catch something paranormal on camera. And Derek Okora, our spiritualist medium, would arrive later with no prior knowledge as to the whereabouts of the location.
He's never heard of Drury Lane in his life.
Theatre or Drury Lane is supposedly the most haunted theatre in London. The best known story is the story of the man in grey, who is a chap who, dressed in 18th century clothing,
Theatre archivist,
walks along the back of the upper circle in the building. Now, he's been cited on lots of occasions, so people...
So they flag up the bits that are unseen. I like that, so we know where it would have cut off and what we're getting a little bit of extra. Nice.
Reported seeing him following the same route across the back of the upper circle and disappearing through a wall. In 1939, over half the cast of the Dancing Years were on stage for a photo call, and they reported seeing this character walking across the back. Dan Leno was a very famous pantomime dame who performed here at the end of his career. He died in 1904. And he did about 20 pantomimes here as a dame.
Can I just say, for anyone who doesn't know what a pantomime dame is, for anyone that doesn't know what pantomime is, it's like a Christmas event in the UK. It's a very camp, family-friendly, although sometimes it gets a little bit, you know, on the nose, production of a story. It can be absolutely anything. It can be like an original play. It could be a take on, I think they've got like Aladdin, Little Mermaid, like so much. But there's always a dame, which is basically someone in drag.
A drag queen!
Pretending to be this massive sort of personality on stage, this big female energy. It totally makes the panto experience. It's great.
And he's reported to haunt the backstage areas.
When you know about these ghosts that they're supposed to be here, you sort of think, well, I see one.
Patsy, you love a little ghost.
I don't necessarily believe that they're all around, but when I get out at night,
I miss them.
I mean, across the stage to the stage door. And one night, I heard like footsteps as I going from the stage to the stage door. And I looked and could see nothing. But I did hear footsteps, and I thought, now, it could be anything.
Could be a
There's
ghost.
A ghost that people call the Lavender Lady, because the apparition is noticed because you can smell lavender in the backstage areas. Also,
nice.
going back further in time, Joseph Grimaldi, the famous clown who gave the name Joey to clowns, he used to work between here and Sadler's Wells, and he used to perform here.
Does anyone know about them as a clown? I have never heard of that before. I've never heard of a clown called a Joey either.
Then run all the way up to Islington to do his next performance at Sadler's Wells, and then run back again. He was incredibly physically fit. He did
Hustler.
tumbles and jumps and leaps, and he actually got old far before his time. Had his farewell benefit performance here when he could hardly walk on stage, and he was in his 40s at that stage, but he had crippled himself with the work that he did. And it's rumoured that he haunts the stage area, and if there's any actor that isn't actually giving their best performance, then Grimaldi will come up behind him and give him a kick up the bottom.
I know someone who said he was given a kick at the bum to say, get on with it, because he thought, oh, I can't tonight, oh, God, I can't do it tonight. And he said he didn't know where it came from, but there was a kick up the bum.
Theatre's very insecure
Theatrical violence.
profession, always has been, always will be. Most people's jobs are related to shows, so they can last anything from weeks to years these days. But because of the insecurity, most people in the business tend to be very superstitious. And that's one of the reasons why people like to cling to stories about ghosts and the traditions of the buildings. And that's another thing about superstitions. Superstitions are really traditions, so people like to carry them on because it makes them feel a bit more secure. So, for example, the Scottish play, Shakespeare's play, you would never actually name it unless you were appearing in it or rehearsing in it. That goes back to the original production, which was supposedly fraught with disaster. So people never mention it. It contains real curses.
The first
Shakespeare
production
lifted curses that he had heard and included them in there, the witches and the evil, the blood, the killings. So people don't do it. If they do say it, then they have to leave the room they're in, turn around 3 times, spit, and ask for somebody to bring them back into the room, or at least give them permission to come back into the room. Or they can actually do a quote from Hamlet, which is, "Angels of grace defend us," and that will cover them if there's nobody else around as well.
That's very interesting, because it's interesting with him saying about the sort of lack of security around a job in theatre, which is sadly very true, and we need to fund the arts and support when we can. But I wonder how people get to these superstitions, like, oh my God, I've said the word, I've said the play name. Okay, see if you go out and you turn 3 times in a circle and spit and come and I tell you to come back in. Janice did that last week and it was absolutely fine. Or have we got to saying a line from Hamlet? I suppose it's like a counter curse or something. I just like how these things build up, because we all have something like that where it's like, no, I'm not going to do it, and you're kind of like, am I willing to take that chance? Am I willing to?
I think you're very correct. Well, I mean, as long as we're all together, it seems to be quite fun in a way. I don't know, having said that. I hope they're not.
She seems lovely.
I don't know. Yeah, that'd be great.
Love her. Love her.
It's so beautiful. It's lovely. You know, and I think it's got such history that I love it, really. I do love it, because it's really what I call a real theatre. It's really, I like old-fashioned theatres, and this certainly is that.
Well, I'm as sceptical as anybody about any of these things. There must be a lot of
suggestion. Say the Macbeth word then.
Stories about the man in grey where more than one person has seen him at any one time, and also there was a cleaner who reported seeing him sitting in a seat, who actually described him perfectly well, but it was her first day at work, so she couldn't have spoken to anybody to give her the idea.
That would be like one of the first things that they tell them when they start. Did you know there's a ghost in here? Oh, watch out for the ghost. That is 100% new start bait. And I can say with certainty we had a new starter in somewhere I worked, and she was a cashier, and they said, right, what we'll do, this was her first day, right, tell her she needs to go and print more tenors off because the tills are getting low. And I was like, you cannot do that to her. Like, no, it'll be funny, just tell her. I'm like, no, absolutely not. So yes, 100% believe they would tell someone knew there was a ghost there.
It does make you wonder. So I'm sceptical, but I'm prepared to believe that there's something to it.
An open-minded skeptic, one may say.
It's easy to understand.
I'm an open-minded skeptic.
And why people fall in love with the theatre, and especially in a building as beautiful as this. Maybe that's
Very
why
nice.
some people refuse to leave, even when they're dead.
lifelong fear of dying at work.
In the late 1700s, a fight broke out between two of the actors. One lunged at the other with his cane, piercing his eye and instantly killing him. But curiously enough, it's not the dead man that haunts Drury Lane, but his murderer, and he's often seen early evening at the time when the fight broke out.
Don't get
One of the
stabbed
most
of it.
famous characters here is Joseph Grimaldi, who is known as the father of the clowns. Now, the clown makeup that he created has been copied by British clowns ever since.
Oh, really? Didn't know that.
With Derek's arrival and the theatre well into its evening's performance, what better time to relax and prepare for the night's events?
Now, I'm sorry, I know I jump in again. Oh, it's dinner time. I can't wait to see what they have for their dinner. But you can't tell me Derek Acorah, the famed medium who's written books, been in whatever it can be in, doesn't know anything about the most haunted theatre in the world. Like, no, I've never heard of this place before I turned up a bit.
Well, when we're at the theatre tonight, I really don't know at this point what to expect. And generally,
Ghosts.
wherever you find expression, as with actors and theatres, what is charged in the atmosphere, I find, is this gentleness, this sensitivity.
Most ghost stories are sort of frightening or eerie or unnerving. The ones here aren't. They're friendly. The Man in Grey, when it's seen, it's taken as an omen of good fortune. It's always reportedly seen before successful productions. There's a nice story about the helping hands, which usher people around the stage during rehearsals and give them a friendly pat when they're in the right place.
As the
Yes, this is where I saw Heather's. Oh my god, obsessed. I hate how the audio always goes out of sync at the dinner bit.
evening was drawing to a close for the theatregoers, it was time for our evening to begin. As usual, we wanted our spiritualist medium, Derek Acorah, to see if he could contact any ghosts waiting in the wings.
Well, Yvette, Jason, I'm picking up exactly zilch, nothing.
Oh,
You're not picking
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
if it's like,
whatsoever.
really?
This is quite alarming. If there's no spirits about, I can't do my job. And it's the only thing that frightens me.
Should we just have a walk round and see?
Should we
go
just
to
make
some of the
sure,
major parts of the
Derek?
theatre
I'd like
and
to
see-
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Well-
way do you fancy going?
I think we should go up into the circle.
Okay.
Actually, which I think is up this main staircase.
Okay, let's do
Should we
that.
go up there?
Okay.
Labelled circle.
So Derek was picking up nothing. This was very unusual and a little disconcerting for us. However, as we entered the auditorium, we were all relieved as Derek felt the presence of a man.
Now, since I've come into just through that door, I've become very, very aware. Not so much the presence of the man. He walks, often, up across the back here. He comes down and he has a look over from this level, then retraces his steps and goes back again. And he's up and down on a regular basis. This man is like a troubled soul. And if we can, I'd like to walk up to that particular space and see when I get
Walk
closer
his
to the
path?
energy, whether I can then extend on the feelings that are coming here. Yeah, it's here. Just at this section here.
I'm sorry, but Yvette looks terrified here. Does she know it?
Okay. And he often comes through those doors and does this, you see, and views down.
Why is he here? And what's...
Right. He's troubled. He's troubled because of an act that he did, and he's remorseful. And
The stabber.
it's like he roams up and down here, constantly playing back what he actually did.
Stabby
But he's
Joe.
remorseful for it.
Do you know what he did?
Yes, I got a dagger in my side, and it ran between my ribs. And I feel this man did exactly that. Charles Macklin! Charles Macklin!
Allegedly killed
This
Arnold
person
Woodruff.
whose life he took away is also in the essence here. But this other soul will not forgive him.
Who's the other soul?
Arnold!
I am obsessed. Can we Can we just revisit that, please? Yvette backing off.
But this other soul will not forgive him.
Who's the other soul?
Arnold.
Both of them.
He's coming into my energy. He's coming into my energy. Never forgive him.
Oh, Yvette.
Never forgive him. I will never forgive him. Jealous of my talent. He always was and he always will be. How dare he? How dare he?
That's not who he killed?
Is the lesser. Even Hallam agrees with me. Hallam warned me. He warned me. But I didn't listen.
The poked.
Folly.
And the pokey.
Oh, what a folly.
What year is it?
1700.
1700.
He took my life.
For jealousy?
Yes.
What was he jealous of?
Jealous of my boogie. Of my acting.
Oh.
So you were an
I'm the
actor.
principal.
You were an actor.
I'm a principal. Without me, it couldn't go on. I can't leave.
Why?
This wretch keeps me here. He's a wretch. A wretch.
Derek, come forward.
I'm with Yvette.
I'm here, Derek. Come forward, Derek. I'm here.
He's a wretch.
Come forward.
Yeah, great.
Real or not, that was quite creepy.
The one who murdered him won't let him out of the atmosphere, and he won't forgive him, so he keeps him here in his torment. He's keeping him into the atmosphere because they're both in equal levels.
No, Derek.
Of acting.
Where were we when you didn't feel anything? Just come with me. Come with me.
Let me go.
Can we take you downstairs? Where you didn't feel anything earlier, so it should be clear. Come on.
Well, that's some good thinking, isn't it?
That was very interesting.
Oh.
I feel sick that. Look at that. Yeah, it has. I'll just.
Made me feel sick, that. It's made me feel sick. I love it. Obsessed.
I don't like it at all. It freaks you out a bit.
I've seen mediums go into alleged transfiguration, where a spirit is alleged to take on temporal possession of the body and control. I've seen Derek do it before.
Well, he was just sweating and just so
He was very
upset,
sweaty.
and to actually call for Carl, because he actually has said to Carl in the past, if you see me in trouble, you must say to me, grab hold of me and say, come forward, come forward. It's not nice to see at all. It's frightening.
It's interesting.
That's the
Oh.
way I felt, as if he was trapping me, wouldn't let me go on.
Jason's suspicion.
And, oh, wow. For how long, I don't know what it was, but for it seemed to me like about an hour.
Wow.
And he was showing me the room where, you know, his thoughts were he killed this man with like a sword knife type thing. And when he killed him and he looked down, his bones are
His bones. What?
Well, this is the backstage area. Isn't it amazing?
It is.
Now, there's the stage there. Do you want to walk onto
Can
the
I?
stage?
Yes.
Yeah? Sure. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Here. He would come to these physical people as they were performing, and he'd gently, and I mean gently, do this, you see,
Oh, gosh.
and maneuver these people to better angles. And he used to take pride in this. Very proud man.
Who would do this?
Arnold.
Is this the same
Like-
Arnold as before?
Woodrow, yes.
Arnold Woodrow.
Woodrow, it sounds
Woodrow.
like.
Oh, sometimes you
And
just
he-
need a homosexual with a clipboard, don't you?
Thank you, Sam. I can hear him talking. Okay. He wants to clear this up once and for all. Once and for all. What does he want to clear up? He wants me to do that with the two fingers.
Derek, we don't do that anymore. That's a very troublesome gesture at this time.
With two fingers like this, you see. He wants to clear it up. He wants to clear it up. Yes. Now this man, in his proud presence, he just fills my chest.
Cancelled.
Much taller here in this essence. He's there.
Where?
He's now showing himself.
Where?
This middle box.
The one with the
We've got
seats in?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chairs. Go from the end and go to the second chair. He is standing now. I'll describe him to you. This man, he's
I don't see a thing, sorry,
because of
Derek.
the light, it's either grey blue, a long, like a cape type thing, a cape coat, and he is. This is the one that was murdered.
This is the man that was murdered.
Yeah,
Is this Woodrow?
this is Woodrow,
Do we know how he died?
and he is. It's like as if he's beckoning, like this, and he's in total approval of what I'm trying to say. Okay, and this man will not forgive the way in which his life was taken away from him.
The rib stabbing.
And it was in a room, and also he states this, he wants this to be cleared up. It is him whose life was taken. It was him. And also he shows me a wall and his memory out of the physical body, looking at his remains, almost skeletal.
And a
behind
wall?
that bricked wall.
Is this the same man that sort of took over you?
Yes, this is him.
Right. You can see him there, he's
Yes,
still there.
he's still there.
So if I was to shout something out now, would
Yes.
there likely to be a reaction on his face that you could see?
Yes, whatever.
Shall I try
hope-
it?
Yeah, try it.
Oh, are they?
Why can't you leave?
He's smiling. Smiling with, I feel, psychically, I pick up the, it's like, do we understand? Do we understand? You see his presence of, even in spirit body, his presence of his talent and his, I suppose, ego.
Confidence.
Is still retained there.
Confidence of a man.
Derek was suddenly distracted by the distinct sound of a voice.
I just heard the man say, my name's Joe. My name's Joe.
Joe the Klein.
It's like Joe Garibaldi. Garibaldi. He's a nice man, him. He's a cheap look. The smile.
Is he there?
He's elegant, yes.
Where is he?
He's here to the side of this stanchion here. Just there.
So if I was to walk in...
Walk over, Yvette, just see what you
Oh.
can feel. Let's see what he does.
It's cold.
Oh,
Ooh, can you feel that? Can you feel that?
What can you feel?
A draft?
No.
You can't feel that?
No.
It's there.
You can't...
interesting. And also what I would quite like to note is the difference in... It's probably through like a lot of like context clues, but the difference of when she was upstairs and she was like, I don't want to see anything. She walked over there and was quite excited. Like, oh, I can feel it. But maybe it's because she knows like that dude was a clown. I don't know.
Feel where I'm... Can somebody please come and stand here?
I cannot feel
Can you not
anything.
feel...
Oh, it is drafty here. Very drafty here.
He's just said, I was the best. I was the best. Not them two. Me. But I'm not as egotistical as those two. I used to do it. I was outperforming. And of course they could hear me from the chest and here. The applause. Now, I just got this very pronounced way as he's influenced me in my walking with this man. It's like as if Joe,
Size 20 shoes.
In his expressions, in acting, was like he would take on many, many parts and would have no hesitation, no qualms. It's like, whatever is given to me, whatever part I will express from here, and we'll let those people decide who is. And they'd walk.
He's certainly sells it well, Derek, doesn't
the
he?
ghost of Joe Grimaldi, the clown. Next, Derek was drawn to a tunnel down behind the stage.
Love this. This is so creepy. Why you got a cage in your theatre?
Who lay
Is this where the bones are?
Why did he break him up behind the wall?
Who bricked him up?
I'm sorry. I don't know why. I can just see someone about to go on stage and getting a boner. Who bricked him up? Oh my god, Stephen, right? No. Calm down. That man died. 3, 2, 1.
He's sorry, Macklin. If he could turn the clock back, he's very sorry. In a fit of rage, he's just absolutely continually, bless him, cursing himself for what he did towards Ro. And he said, just in blind fury and non-understanding, he had to hide his body. Some thought it was Hallam. No, it was Arnold. That is. I wish. Oh, Lord,
Was you saying he was bricked up behind this wall?
I feel there's a bricking up here, yes. Keane comes down to have a look.
Keane?
Keane, in actual fact, helped expose this. Helped expose it. He was the one that wanted Woodrow to be found. And to get the people to knock the wall down. Was the wall knocked? That was part of changes and renovation. I know he's done a terrible act by taking the other man's life, but I feel other than that, he had goodness in him anyway. He just had one of these faults that we all have, that, you know, a pent-up anger that we can let fly. And unfortunately, he let it fly and then took it too far.
Doesn't seem...
Okay. Are we getting there? But he was a nice... I know he murdered someone, but he was a nice... He had his whole life ahead of him, all that.
Right, though, that a murderer and that the person he murdered are still together in the same atmosphere.
Exactly. It doesn't seem right. But, you know, this is... and has happened in many places, many sites all over the world, where the killer and also the person who's lost their life,
Kelly,
have found themselves stuck in the same energy, level of atmosphere. One, not screaming to get out of it, but voicing an opinion and then shouting back. And you know, after all this time, they're still going through when they cross each other's pathways. They're still going through. It's like a reenactment of the time of the death. What
It's not very healthy, is
I
it?
feel more is to be placed behind a wall as physical remains, more so than the actual act of killing him.
Right.
The barbaric way in which to conceal him has more affected him for not wanting to give the forgiveness.
Was he concealed alive then, or are you saying he was aware he was concealed once he was dead? So you're saying his spirit was aware of that?
His spirit was aware.
So he wasn't concealed alive?
No. He physically actually left the body. And I feel actually watched this man breaking him up.
Watching
putting
his
him
own body being immured?
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, that's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. So of course that adds to the negative spice of things, doesn't it?
And on that note, shall we be brave and turn all the lights off? Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Yvette's dreading this one, I just know.
The actors and audience had gone home long ago, leaving the theatre dark and empty. Was this the cue for ghostly feet to tread the boards? And would we be their audience? We decided now was a good time to switch to our night vision cameras and split into two groups. Mark, Martin and Ian were in one group. Jason,
think we've seen
Rick,
them
Carl
before.
and myself were in another.
I'm sorry, what?
Where?
We all had seen a man with chains walk behind Carl. We also heard the sound of the chains and caught it on tape. And oddly enough, the sound doesn't fade away. It abruptly stops.
Did you see someone down there?
I saw one with chains. He walked across here? No, he walked across there.
Jason saw as well.
Must have gone upstairs.
Oh,
Well, he's nowhere around.
Slow
He could
down,
not- he
Sonic.
could not have made it up these stairs at that speed.
You were standing with your camera pointing at the three of us.
And we looked beyond you, and there was a man walking from the left to the right.
Side on.
Carrying the loaded chain.
A massive bunch of chains.
They were all very convinced, weren't they? And although it's not on camera, it doesn't mean that they didn't see anything. And I'm particularly convinced by Jason, who's like our skeptic, seeing it. Seems very convinced, or he's selling it well, but he's not typically been like that. So, I think that could have been a real one. What do we think?
In black.
Dark hair, a little fat guy.
A little stout man, quite sort of with a bit of a tummy.
Probably about 5'8", 5'9".
But we can't find him.
There's no way he could have come up here. He's just disappeared.
There's nobody else here, apart from us.
We never did find out who the man with the chains was. Was it a ghost we had seen or someone else in the building who we didn't know about? Whoever or whatever it was, they
Chain
disappeared
Daddy.
without a trace.
We don't know if we're supposed to be up here doing. I mean, this is just. How did we find this, by the way?
The boys continued their night walkabout up in the flies, situated high above the stage where scenery is flown onto the set. It is a notoriously dangerous area and the site of many accidents.
Here goes.
What a hell of an accident to have up there.
It's quite a view.
That must be such a fun job, though.
This is absolutely fantastic up here. You can basically see, well, nothing.
The
'cause it's so
ratty
dark.
wig.
But we're just right on top of the stage. It's incredible. There's all the stage weights that we... What was that? What was that? Something touched me. Oh, yeah.
Are we getting a little explanation there?
In there, something moved.
Yeah?
There's not a door or anything, is there?
There's no door, no.
Have a look.
A descriptor? Anything? What moved?
Meanwhile, Jason and I were keeping a vigil in the empty
I'm sorry, but clearly the girl and the gay are doing the best job here.
theatre auditorium.
Where's Derek?
I wasn't 100% happy about what Jason did next.
If there's anybody here who wishes to communicate with Yvette or Jason, please give us a sign that you can hear us and understand us. We're here as your friends. We're here to prove you exist. If you wish to talk to us or communicate with us or make yourself known to us, please give us a sign by sight, sound or smell, either to myself or to Yvette or to both of us. Is there anybody here who wishes to communicate with us? It's very cold here, isn't it?
Yeah. I am getting a draft as we
I
speak.
am actually now, but you know it's cold, so.
Yeah. I didn't like that at all. Something just blew right across my legs.
I can't get this
Something
camera
something just blew in my ear. Something did just blow in my ear, and it wasn't Jason. That's it. That was freaky. That was freaky, Jason.
What just happened?
Well,
What did you
well,
feel?
no, it was like
Quite hard?
Yes.
On this ear, not...
On this one, and I thought it was you.
I didn't.
This is one experience I will never forget. You're sitting in
It's the world's most haunted theatre.
Stud in the pot.
Tell you what we've encountered so far. I had a cold breath on my right ear. It wasn't Jason because his head wasn't in. He was looking away. I had a cold, again like a on my legs. I think we'll have to look back at the tape. Dark shadow just over to my right here, over the back wall.
And I've just felt, as we were talking, we've noticed the temperature drops, but we've probably sort of answered them away with at least air circulation by the air conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
As we talked, did you hear that whisper?
Yes, I did.
Did you hear that whisper?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
It sounded to me like just like tiny. But like I said earlier on, we have to bear in mind this is, the sounds in here are going to be massively exaggerated because that's what the building is designed for. Can you feel that again? Put your hand here.
I'm sorry. Did anyone else just see a little shadow go across that? Am I fishing? Let's try that again.
Sounds in here are going to be massively exaggerated because that's what the building is designed for. Can you feel that again? Put your hand here. Can you feel that?
Yes, I can.
It must just have been the light or something.
Keep still.
There is a really strong cold wind coming from my right. I can feel it. Did you feel that cold, Jason? Did you feel it?
Yes, I did.
This is starting to shake with the cold.
Yeah, I know. I am
No, that was like something blew across my hand.
Oh my god, it's so cold here.
Here.
Where's his little
Just my hand just
scanner?
like that, and it blew across.
I'm getting very freaked out now, Jason.
Mark, Martin and Ian seem to be having trouble finding their way around.
Now, I just have to say about that bit. What about that bit? So, it seems odd because the cold and the drafts and everything seemed to be quite consistent. Almost like we kept feeling it, It got colder, which it would, in a musty, dusty, crusty old theatre that potentially has some sort of air circulation, whether it's conditioning or heating or what on. But if they heard like the whispering and stuff as well, they both seem to have the same experience rather than it being individual. So I think that's one that's very open to interpretation, isn't it? Like you could look at that and say, oh my god, yes, they both experience the same thing. That is like verified evidence almost. Or you could look at it and go, well, they both experienced like the same thing, the drafts, the cold temperature. It was clearly just something to do with that spot in the theatre. What's your thoughts? I'm not convinced about that one. But I could be if he'd maybe had his little like measuring thermometer or whatever it was called that he had from his ghost hunting kit.
Slowly, they were beginning to get a little spooked.
Boardroom stuff.
You sure it's wardrobe? There's someone down there.
No.
Should we do that door? It's hang around, isn't it? Yeah. go in that door at the end.
I'm sorry, but also the temptation just to be behind them and go, ah! It's just too much. It's too much.
Oh, this is getting really freaky now.
I'll be a good ghost.
Oh, God.
What is that? Who is it?
We went down those stairs and then went down a corridor. So how can we go downstairs, along the corridor, and up the same set of stairs?
We've just gone a massive circle around in that room.
While the smaller crew tried to find their way out, we decided to set up a shot of us walking along a corridor. Little did we know that there was something at the end of it.
Did they run away?
Where? There was two legs just there. Where?
Legs?
Just right across there.
Just there. They were moving on their own.
I saw them.
I saw them. We all bloody saw them.
Here, basically, that's where there was two that sat legs, and it was just doing that. I only saw the legs. They didn't do anything else.
What was it doing?
It was just like that.
Just moving
Just
like
moving.
that.
There were just two legs. They were just black silhouettes, and I saw them as well.
God, and that's why we all
I
ran.
did see them.
Why is it whenever we have lock-offs, we always put them in the wrong place?
This was the first...
It was two legs and they were just going. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh because I would have pat my chance if I'd seen that.
Where some of us had seen what we consider to be a ghost. Who did the pair
Or the
of
legs.
belong to? Recently, a photographer was taking shots of the interior of the theatre. He swears nobody was on the stairs at the time this photograph was taken. Look closely on the right-hand side. Maybe this is the ghost who likes to walk the staircases, and maybe it was his legs that we saw.
Right, what are we looking at here? I can see, does this, yeah. So I can see here, it's almost like the side of a person and like the shoulder. Like, and that's like a jacket and the shirt. But there's no head. And then there's kind of something here. Or are we looking at it as in this is the like handrail? And then, oh, I think that's it. So like this is the handrail. I'm thinking it's something behind that pillar going. But I think it could be like this is like the back of a person. So this is the head here. This is the body. The way I see it, it's almost like someone with their hands, like their arm behind their back here, or hands in the pockets, and then walking up the stairs. There's like a leg here and a leg there, but that's also from staring longer at the picture. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of that thing of where the mind will try and rationalize or like find a face in it. So I've seen like two separate things that could have been there. I kind of see that like shape from the back more than anything else, if that makes sense. Did anyone see anything different? I mean, I'd be intrigued to discuss this one further, actually. Interesting.
Carl, Stuart and Rick returned to the dark, empty auditorium, determined to have one last go at catching sight of
Catching the legs.
Sorry, I just thought I heard some... Then again, we are in an old building.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's freezing. Whoa. Feels crazy, doesn't it? It's like a dress.
Rick began to experience some seriously weird sensations.
We are in the back. Sorry, Rick. You just said it feels like you're being followed.
Yeah.
Where from? The seat or? You all right?
There's a big light shining in his eyes.
Right. What's the matter?
There's like someone just really hit me on the back of the neck or something.
It's like someone's hit you on the back of the neck.
Yeah, someone's just like a really hard massage.
There are reports
He's at it.
of the man in grey being seen in a specific seat.
He's not a serial neck poker though, is he, Yvette?
This is where he sits in this chair here. D, why don't you go sit in there, Rick, and I'll come up the top.
In his chair.
His chair.
Oh.
There you go, mate.
Here's Stuart joining me. We'll spin the camera around for him. Hello. So this is the chair that I'm actually sat in. Which there's ghosts, I suppose.
With Rick and Stuart waiting for something paranormal to happen in the ghost chair, Carl was filming in the area where the man in grey has been seen walking.
This is feeling very weird. Pretty sure something just shot across the screen.
Come on, a dust,
Carl
a bit of
had
dust,
seen
clearly.
something. It was an orb, which is one of the
They're intent on making orbs happen.
first stages of a ghost manifestation. It seemed odd that it was caught on camera in the same place where Derek had made contact with the man in grey.
Let's go up top and see BT. Stu, flash us a light, mate, so I can see where I'm walking. Got it. Carl, where I was sat before, the actual, you know, the bit that pulls down to sit on?
Yeah.
It's come down.
It's come down.
Yeah. It was up because I just had the camera on it.
God, it is as well. It's down.
It's down. All the other chairs are up. This is where I was sat in that chair there. Stuart was sat here in the chair spring.
We need a full 360, girls.
See, the chairs do that, look. Every chair. It's a wise man.
Get under it.
When I got up from that chair was up. So I just filmed it. It's come down on its own.
What I think is very strange is that is the actual chair that he's been seen in.
Was there some body in the auditorium with them? The chair coming down and the orb Carl had seen. Were they related to the ghost of the man
What do we think about that one? I think they're at it. They didn't show us under the chair.
in grey?
I was most...
Where was Derek during that whole thing? I'm sorry. Was he busy with some other ghosts? Usually Derek's in one of the groups and then gets involved in like the actual investigation.
taken back and enjoyed the idea of one particular spirit who took the time out to explain
To possess
me
me?
how individually, and he was the only one in the theatre out of all these spirits to take the time out to help modern day actors and performers still to this moment in this theatre. Like when the cameraman says, step aside to the right or the left, he's still taking the time out. And that's not jealousy. I think he wants that performer to get the best from themselves to give the audience. That was most touching to me. Most touching.
Well, I can say categorically that I saw something very odd. It would look like a pair of legs.
He was convinced.
As well. We all saw the same thing at the same time, and that's the key. Because with so many ghost sightings, you get single, uncorroborated evidence where one person has had some sort of experience and you hear it secondhand as an anecdotal account. This is not that. This is 3 people seeing the same thing who have seen something they can't explain.
When I was first told about it, my psychic inclinations were telling me, yes, they most definitely have experienced this. And it wasn't in any way imagination. That was real.
As a possible explanation, I could say the usual things. We were very tired, it was very dark, perhaps we imagined it. But it would be very unusual if 3 people imagined the same thing at the same time in the same place. I did see the pair of legs. They were just there.
Now, naturally, I've got a guide who I rely upon. His name's Sam. And without him, really, my work wouldn't be as protected without his presence. He's always there for me and will not allow me to go too far and get too distressed, taking on those conditions of maybe what that spirit actually experienced.
Sam fighting in the afterlife.
Here at Theatre Royal, the most haunted theatre in the world, is extremely special for me because I followed in the footsteps of some of the great ghost hunters, Harry Price and James Wentworth Day, and I will always remember it.
Well, last night was a revelation for quite a few
Interesting.
of us, and I definitely saw a pair of legs on the stairs. Whether they belong to a ghost, who knows? Until the next location, sleep tight.
Sleep tight. That's interesting. What do we think about that? Okay, so we've got quite a lot happened in there, and I think actually the benefit of the unseen aspect was really, really good, because there was quite a few scenes highlighted that were extra content, but I think it really, really helped. So we got the lovely, I forget her name now, the lovely red-headed lady at the start, and we had the theatre manager who was giving us, you know, kind of the backstory and like some of the stuff that had been sort of said before. I thought it was really weird that Derek wasn't involved in like the lights off bit, and they never really gave an explanation for that, which was a little bit odd, but presumably he was just busy. I don't know. I feel like they could have picked a night when he was free. I am pretty sold on the idea of the weird legs and the person with the chains. I am not 100%, although I could believe it about Yvette and Jason at the cold spot in the theatre, because I don't imagine there was like, if there was aircon on or there was something there, they would have said, oh yeah, but there's like a vent above us or there's something there. So I think that one could have been the case. Sadly for the group with the boys, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. So we never saw that underneath of the chair that apparently sat itself down. Also, it could have just got jammed. Conveniently, he felt like he'd been dunted in the back of the neck, and then there was an orb up the back of the theatre, which I'm not sold on an orb, I'm not going to lie. So yeah, let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you thought was real or could be real, we should say. We should never discount it, we should never fully believe it, but I think it was a really good episode. It was a good sort of one for the history, and it was a good one in terms of like activity and sort of, I suppose, things to question and things to discuss on it. So yeah, that was quite an exciting one. I'm glad we saw that, and I'm glad we saw the extended unseen edition. So yes, I would love for you to let me know what you thought of it down in the comments. I would be happy to discuss it further. Always happy to talk Most Haunted or anything spooky. With that brings us to the end of this week's episode. This will continue to try and get this out every 2 weeks. So in another 2 weeks, we will get on to episode 5, and I will be hunting for the unseen edition of that, because that was definitely worth it. So until next time, sleep tight. It's not as good when I say it as when Yvette says it, is it? But bye everyone.